evening, everyone. I am Kajal Kaushal, Assistant Professor from the Department of Information and Technology of Akgec Engineering College. Today, I am here with the video lecture covering the data type list of Python. So, what exactly is data type? Data type is the collection of the type that tells us about what the variable looks like, how the variable is going to behave. So basically it tells us about the type of the data that will be stored in the variable. Okay, so let's get started with this. So our learning objective will be to understand what exactly is the list in the Python and how we are going to create and access that list. Also, we will see some basic operations of the list and some basic methods for that list. So, in this data type, basically we have, let's say, we can think it of as a container. This container collects various type of data types within itself, and that's why we say it's the collection of heterogeneous objects. Heterogeneous as in there are various other type of data types. It can be list, it can be number, it can be a decimal number, it can be a string, it could be anything. Also, other than collection of items, it's ordered and mutable. Here we need to see that list is always ordered. Ordered means it is always in a proper sequence other than the set data type, which is totally unordered. Let's say if we have 10, 20, 30, then our order will always remain same in the list. But in the set, it could be 20, 10, 30 or anything whatsoever. So that's why it is always ordered. By mutable, we mean that the object, the values inside the list can be added, deleted, or it can be altered other than the tuple where it cannot be changed. So it has multiple data types. So basically we can say list is an ordered sequence of all the values, and these values can be homogeneous also. Other than heterogeneous, it can be homogeneous also. So let's first see how we are going to create a list. There are multiple ways to create the list. The first way is to create an empty list. Empty list can be created just by declaring a variable with empty square brackets. The list is always represented by the square bracket. So here list1 is the variable name for the data type list, and to see whether our data type is list or not, we can write in our command prompt that print type list1. This will give us the output that it belongs to the class list. It belongs to the class list. Okay. Now, we can also create the list with various elements. Other than the empty list, we can create it with the elements also. Okay. So, here we have two variables that are separately for subjects and marks. We will be using these lists in our further slides. So, the subject consists of various 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects and the allocated marks of all the subjects. To see whether the list is created or not, we can simply print it like print subjects or print marks. Okay. and it will give us the output, whatever the values that are here, like Sanskrit and all these English, maths, economics, etc. in the square brackets. Just like this, we can see that the marks are 80, 95, 99 and 94 inside the square brackets. So, we can see that our list is created with the elements inside it, and here the list is created which is empty. Also, we can create the list by creating the object of the list class. So, since Python is having the object oriented concept, it's an object oriented programming. So, here we have various classes. List is the class and we can make the object of this particular class. So, here we can do this by having the function this list class, and for this class we can give the values like this: list, a string value, a number value, and again a string value. String values is inside the single quote, double quote or the triple quote. Here we can use double or single quote both for the string. To see whether the list is created or not, we can use print contact underscore details, the name that we had given to our variable by creating this is just the object. Contact details is the object for the class list. Okay. Other than that, we can also use eval function. This eval function will help the user to insert the values at the time of running the program. So, user can give the values by using the input function and eval function at the same time. Okay. So, here we can use this eval function in this way. Contact underscore information, this is the name of the variable, and here the first function is eval. We have written input, enter your communication details. It is asking the user to give the communication details that the user will certainly give while running. And to see this, we can just run and the user will get the information. While running the program, the user will get the prompt that enter your communication. This prompt will appear, enter your communication details, and here the user can enter the value as whatever number, and if a place is to be there, like this. So, this can be entered by the user at the time of running the program. Also, we can create the nested list. Nested list as in a list inside the list. But there's not a rule that the nested list will contain only the list. It can contain other data types as well. For example, here this variable subject codes has the nested list of 1, 2, 3 and 4 values. This is having the subject and its marks, and all these are different lists. List number 1, 2, 3 and 4. All these are encapsulated inside this value subject code. So, subject code is a list of 1, 2, 3 and 4 list inside it. When we print the subject codes, we will get the same value that is written here. The value number 1 Sanskrit, 80. I am writing it in short. It is as written here, Sanskrit, 80, English, 95 and like this. All this will be printed with separate list inside it. But as I told you that it's not necessary that the nested list contains only the list. It can contain number as well. It can contain string as well. So here this variable list 7 is having these two numbers and 50, 60, this is the list. So these are the number data types and this is the list data type. In it, all the three items, all the three values are nested inside this square bracket. So this list 7 is the collection of two numbers and one list. When we print it, we can get the value 10, 20 and the list 50, 60. Okay. Now, how we are going to access the values of the list? For this, we should be aware that the list is being accessed by the indexing. Just like the string, here also the indexing is followed. This indexing is either positive or negative. If it starts from the beginning, that is, if suppose, let's say the list value, if say we have the list value 10, 20, 30, 40. So the indexing will be, the index for 10 will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. But if we start the indexing from the end, then the indexing will be -1, -2, -3, likewise. Okay. So this is the negative indexing and this one is the positive indexing. Now, how to access the elements just in a manner that it can be accessed in the positive way. So, if suppose we want to print the subject 3, so earlier we have noticed that in this list variable, in this list of subjects, we had 4 different subjects. In the previous slide, you can go there and see. Then the third number was of economics. So, the subject list having the 1, 2, 3 and this fourth place, that is the third number value, is being displayed in the output. Just like this, the marks list was having certain values and the index for marks 2, that whatever value is there in the third place, starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, that is the third place value will be printed. Also, the subject codes where we have just seen all these lists in the previous slide. Let me go to the previous slide once. See, here we have nested list, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just observe that the place of this is 0, this one is 1, this one is 2 and this one is 3. Okay, this is the indexing right from the start. So, basically for the nested list, there will be 2 index, one for one to reach to the particular list inside the list and another one to access the value inside the list that is already nested in the list. So, let me see this one. It's asking to print the subject code with index 2 and the other one is asking to print the subject code with 2, 0. That means the 2 will be this one. Okay. So, we will get maths and 91, 99. And this one is asking for 2 and inside the 2, it has asked for the next index 0. So, that means 0, 1, 2 and it's asking not for this one but for this one. So, inside 2 it is 0 and it is 1. Okay. So, we will get the value maths. In the negative indexing, I just told you that it starts from the end of the list. So if we take a simple list having these are, I have just taken all the simple examples to make it more understandable and easy for you. So if we, and this data types, the topic data types is certainly very important before we go ahead, before we go dive inside, deeper inside the Python language or any other language. So, if the value of fruits list is having these three values, and see, the string can be denoted inside the single quote and double quotes both. And these are, it is having the length 3. Length 3 means it has 3 values, but the index is 0, 1 and 2. But if we talk about the negative indexing, that means it is starting from the end. So at the end means it is -1. The last one will be -1. So the output will be mango. Okay. We know that list is mutable. Mutable means it can be, the values inside it can be altered. It can be changed also. So if we take the list, the previous list, that is apple, banana, mango, and we change this value to any other value. Let's say, first let me write the index here. The index is 0, 1 and 2, and it's asking to change the first position to orange. And then again, to check whether it has been changed or not, let's print it again. So we will see that at the first place, the value of banana is changed to orange. So this is how the list is mutable. Now, let's see that there are many other operations involved with the list. And for further programs, to write certain programs, we need to perform these operations. So we need to know all these methods and operations before going ahead. So I have listed down many of the operations. Like the first one is the for multiplying, that is multiplication operator. This asterisk value denotes the multiplication. So multiplication, what will multiplication do? It will repeat the value again. So the list 1 is repeated how many times? It is repeated 2 times. List 1 is having the value orange and blue. So the output will be, its output will be orange, blue, and again orange and blue. The same value will be repeated. Concatenation operator, see, it's having the sign of plus. It's what it is doing, it will add this new value to the existing value. So the list 1 was having the length 2, orange and blue. 2 values will be there. If we concatenate it with red, then now the new value will be other than, I am writing it in short, other than orange and blue, the new value that will be inserted will be red. Membership operator, we know that in and not in are the membership operator in Python. So it gives us the output as true or false. So if the value that is being referred is there in the list, then it will return true, else it will return false. So list 2 is having 10, 20 and 30. It's not having the value 40. So print 40 in list 2 will return false. Slicing. Another property of list is that other than indexing, it could be sliced in according to the index. The index value is as such, it has start and end value given. Okay. So the list 2, it's asking for the list 2, that is 10, 20 and 30. It's asking to be sliced by starting at the 0th position and 0th index and ending to second. Okay. So the list 2 is being asked to get sliced from the index. Let me write the index here, 0, 1 and 2. Okay. So it's asking to get sliced from 0, that means the value 10, to 2, that means before the value 2, that is 20. So it will return 10 and 20. One more method is there, operation, that is counting the length. Okay. So the length is being calculated by the function len. Okay. So this function will return the length of the list that is being given or written inside the length function's argument. The argument given is list 2 and the length is to be counted. So list 2 is having 3 values. The length will be 3. These are the outputs that I just mentioned. Okay. For the list slicing, as I told, I haven't written here. Let me write it. It's 10 and 20. Okay. Another thing is the finding out the minimum and maximum inside the list. This minimum and maximum is directly calculated for the number values, and if it's written in alphabetical form, then it's calculated by the ASCII value of the starting, and if both the values are same, if let's say both are starting from the same value, then in that case the second alphabet is considered, the ASCII value of the second, and if both the second and first are matching, then ASCII value of third is being considered. So either the ASCII value is being considered or directly the number is being considered. So in our list 1, the minimum value will be for when we compare this O and B, then B will be having the less value. So the minimum value will be blue. Finding the maximum element in the list, and here if the list 2 values, maximum value is being asked, then it will be 30. Also to calculate the sum, all the values are being summed up, that is 10, 20 and 30. So that will be 60. It sums up. So these all are the built-in function provided in the list. If we want to add the elements in a given list, just as we discussed, that list is mutable. Here the values can be added, deleted and altered. So if we want to add the elements, for that we are having 2 types. One is append and another one is the insert. In the append, the value is appended to the existing list. Like I have taken 4 scenarios. The first one is appending the value 50, the other one is appending the list 60, 70. This is appending the value of a string and this is appending the value of the tuple. So here 50 is being added. To the 50 added, a list is being added. To the existing value, this string is being added and another tuple is being added, as we know that the list is the collection of the heterogeneous values. Other than the append, the insert method, what it does, it just inserts the value at the given index. Whatever index is given, for that the value is being inserted. So here the index is 5 and it's being asked to insert the value 75 at the index 5. So if we have the like this a list value, then this is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and it is being asked to insert the value 75 at the place at the index 5. So at this place the value 75 will be inserted. So here the value 75 is being inserted. So this is the difference between append and insert. In the append, we just saw that the values are being added and at the end, and in the insert, we can insert that particular value at the in our choice of place or location. To remove the elements, del operator is being used. Here again we can take a range that is start, end and step, or we can directly remove the whole entire list from the memory. It can be erased from the memory by just using del and the list name, the variable that is being referred for the list. We can just directly delete it, or we can refer to the values. Just we can delete certain values. Here this signifies the start, end and step. As to how many steps it has to be considered. Okay, so if we take the list having these values, the indexing is like this. Okay, we need to start from the index 2, that means somewhere here it will be started, and we have to end before this value. So end value is 6. So we need to end before this. That means somewhere here we need to end at the index 5, and we need to take the step 3. Okay. So the first number that will be deleted will be 30, and after that 1, 2 and 3. The third number that will be deleted will be 20. These two numbers 30 and 20 will be deleted. So the remaining values will be 10, 20, 20, 60, and after deleting this 20 it will be 30 and 55. So how does it gets deleted? It gets deleted by starting index, considering the starting index, just a value less than the end value, and the increment or the steps that are being given. If the step value is not being given, then by default it's considered 1. Okay. And if we want to access the element from the memory that is being deleted, then it will certainly give the error. So this will just give the error that this doesn't exist because it's already being deleted. Okay. The remove just removes the particular value that is being asked, and it will remove the first occurrence. So here there are many 20s, but it will remove the first 20. Okay. Pop, this pop removes the particular value that is being asked, that is the index is being referred. Pop to means it is referring that 0, 1, 2. The value that is having the index 2 has to be deleted, and also it will pop up. The value will pop up, but it will be removed from the list. The output will appear, but it will, if we want to print it, then this 10 will not going to appear. Okay. List comprehension. We know that we can use this looping concept for the list by just using the same function, that is for I in range 111. Again, it is a start, end, and having the by default value, that is the increment value. After looping, we can append it just by the way we understood the append function. But other than using this looping concept, we can directly use this by the list comprehension. That is, we can make our own list that will be the cube or any other logic by just using this looping concept inside the list. So, if we use the concept inside the square bracket list, that is called as the list comprehension. I will explain this particular thing in my next video in detail also. It is also having some sorting manner. that by default it sorts, the sort function sorts in the ascending order. But if we want to sort the value in descending order, then just in the argument we need to write reverse is equal to true. In case of strings, we can sort by using the argument of length, that will be calculating the length of all the values and sort it in ascending order. Okay. But if we want to sort it in the descending order, then again we need to give two arguments. One will be counting the length and other will be making the reverse true. So the output will be somewhat like this. We can compare the previous slide and see the output here. These are the common errors that are generally being done by the user. The first is the value is not there but it is being accessed. So this type of error is being referred. This is called as the index out of range. If we do not mention it as the square bracket, then it certainly will not be the list. It will create a tuple. It will not be a list. And the list, if it is a tuple, this is a tuple. And if we want to change the value inside the tuple, it won't. So students do this mistake very often, that they write the tuple and then go ahead by trying to change the value, but it's not possible to change the value. The value can be changed only in the case of list, and that is being denoted by the square bracket. So this was in a brief introduction and the methods, operations of the list and the difference between the list and tuple. I hope it was easy for you to understand. Do try it, and I will be coming with more videos covering these topics and the differences between them. So till then, enjoy and keep reading. Thank you.